Hello and welcome to Audio Adventures, a D&D 5th edition homebrewed podcast that is made by friends, with friends, and for friends. Last time with our Wandering Vanguard, they attended the Scrynet Gala and found a trapdoor in a supply closet. Where does it lead? Why does the Daro family have this in their house? Will the party finally find Ekman? Well, we can't find out if we stay here. Now, let's hop into the portal. Audio Adventures is a D&D 5th edition homebrewed podcast and may deal with triggering themes at times. Viewer discretion is advised. Trigger warnings can be found in the description.
I'm going to look down at it. I'm assuming we're going to do like that thing where we both look down at it and then look back up at each other and then look back down at it.
Sure, but I'm going to be a few seconds late. So when you look up, I'm going to be looking back down and then...
Ah, yes, good. I think that's the secret entrance we're looking for. I'm going to attempt to uncover it. Or if it is covered at all.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is just a normal closet.
I'm going to point down to the trap door on the ground.
I purposely don't look at it.
To roll audibly, you like if you could hear somebody roll their eyes, he does that.
Red guest joins in. Yes, I don't know, Debril. I just see a lot of crates from all over the world. It seems that these people are very wealthy.
I can just vision Tomb just nodding.
Tube is just nodding along with it. Roll to see if you can move the crates.
I'm assuming it's strength.
Yes, it would be strength.
16.
You put your hands on both sides of this crate and you start to pull, and it's not budging.
Guys, a little help here, please.
Okay, I'm going to step next to him and help.
And Red Guest looks down and says, "Oh, that trapdoor," and helps as well. So go ahead and make the roll one more time.
Am I standing on the trapdoor?
No, you're standing off to the left of it, but you're...
Okay, I'm like, okay, good.
Do I get advantage for this one since I have help?
Yeah, and Nix, you're definitely not helping them with where your body is, where they're trying to drag the crate over.
I rolled a 10. I have a -1 strength. I don't know why I'm rolling.
I move out of the way. Okay, so maybe it's not a normal closet.
There are 4 of us. Come on.
I got a 16.
I got a 10, 16.
We're gonna say with all 3 of you, because this is getting ridiculous. If all 3 of you would, and with Red Guest able to hold Tomb ability.
Oh my!
It's just like he just could like probably poke it and it'd
Yeah, he like comes up and kind of moves you guys off to the side and pulls it back, and it seems like you guys are like, I'm helping. As Red Guest is like, oh yes, you're doing a great job, and pulls it off the trapdoor. And you see a sort of stainless steel, thick metal door. And you're kind of wondering if Alan knew about it and how he could ever move this crate.
Hey, Red Guest, you want to help me lift this thing up?
Yes, I can definitely help with that.
I'm gonna attempt. I figure it's gonna be more Red Guest doing it with Tibril trying to help.
Yeah, so, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it, with Red Guest's help. And Tavis, realizing he has telekinesis after all of this is over, you guys pull up the door, quite easily, revealing a ladder going straight down into a dark, cavernous hole.
If I've ever seen a dark, cavernous place to hold somebody, I think I found it.
All right.
Well, I'm going to grab the ladder and start going down.
I'm going to follow.
And Nyx, are you going?
I'll cast Fly on myself down.
All right, you levitate up and go straight down the ladder, and as you all and Tomb comes down, he just barely squeezes through this large hole. His broad shoulders, and the metal scraping on both sides. Red Guest being the last one to come down. He looks around, and as he's like pulling the trapdoor back down, he tries to like grab the boxes and pull them back a little bit, but he can't get it, so he closes the door. And you guys start your way down into this large cavernous hole, taking one rung of the ladder besides Nyx, who's just floating down beside you guys, the shaft opening up after a couple feet down. And if you'll hop on to roll 20 for me.
I'm already there.
By the way, I would like to put my cane on my back, underneath my clothes. Pull out my gun.
Gotcha.
Nyx is a white chocolate pimp.
Shut up.
Deny it. Deny it.
Shut up.
Did you say white chocolate pimp?
Yeah.
All right.
I couldn't think of another kind of food that was like super white, so I was like white chocolate. There we go.
That's it.
That's the
That's
one.
it. That's a bingo.
Yes.
I am a piece of bread.
Yes, he is the bread pimp.
I am bread.
Mm-hmm.
I am the white rice pimp.
There we go. That's it. That's the one.
The white rice pimp.
That is the one. I will set down my hole, my portable hole, and I will get out my doggo. Cause I put him in the hole before.
Dentures, your mighty dragon, pops out of the hole, kind of looking around. You hear kind of like a low, screechy growl before he comes next to you.
You know, I just realized, how are we gonna get Ekman out of here?
That's a good question.
A question for later.
That's a very good question.
It is.
Yeah, as you descend this the ladder, with the shaft, it widens out, and you start to see what you were anticipating was total blackness, is dimly lit light. As you come to the bottom of the ladder, with this carved out portion of the underground, and you see that there are candles, slowly, dozens and dozens of candles just from what you can see right now, lighting up this dark cavernous place on the edges of the tunnel on the ground.
Do I sense any arcane mumbo jumbo?
Is that you asking if you can check for traps?
Yes, but with magic. I'm sensing for arcane.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Alrighty. It's whatever I roll plus 18. 18 plus 18. So 36.
Evens or odds?
Evens.
You do not sense any magical mumbo jumbo, that you can sense on this level. But you sense that something even lower. There's something funky. There's a funky feeling happening.
There's a funk among us.
There's a funk
Okay.
among you.
Having traps in my mind, talking if the trap, I would like to check for traps.
Go ahead and check for traps.
Okay.
What would that be? Is that survival? I don't remember.
That would probably be a investigation check.
Oh.
Investigation. Unnatural 20.
Look at you go,
Very
boy.
nice.
Ooh.
Because my perception, because of my glasses.
Very
it's,
nice.
It gives advantage on wisdom checks, which.
Involves sight.
Oh wait, no, it's not. It's just. I rolled. Sorry.
No, you're okay.
13 plus 4 is 7.
7?
17.
Okay, I was like, wow, that
No.
really changed. But it's still a really good roll. As you guys take stock of your situation down here in the candlelit cave that you are now finding yourself standing, sort of drops of water in the distance. With you guys slowly making your way towards the end of this tunnel, Nyx, you kind of more near the front as you're checking for traps. You do at the end of this tunnel see at the end of this tunnel when it starts to when you see like a tunnel leading off to the right, your character's right, in the doorway you see just a faint glint of light, as if it's reflecting off of a line leading across the hallway.
Guys, there's something in the doorway up there.
Oh. Good eye. Is there a way around it? Or over it? Or do we have to trigger it?
I don't know. All I can see is there's something there. I'm not that good at seeing. As I stare intently at it, seeing if there's a way to get around it.
You can kind of see it's just kind of going across the hallway, sort of just a line.
Tripwire?
What
Like a
level? Like what? How high is it?
It would be if you were just casually walking, if you were just like walking along and you put your foot down and then started to pick up your feet and lead with your toe, the top of your foot would catch it.
It is a tripwire.
Well, we could walk over.
Alrighty.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk over. Carefully stepping over.
Yeah, all of you carefully stepping over it with the aid of everyone pointing out where it is. You guys notice that if you would have tripped it, you see a sort of metal cylinder attached to the wire, and then leading up above, sort of like a metal nozzle sticking out of the stone wall. It looks like it might have been a flamethrower of some sort.
Good to
Ooh,
know.
this is pretty interesting.
Yeah. Boop. Step over it.
And I turn my attention back towards the hallways, stuffs for more traps. Just like Tiffany.
Yeah, and as you guys go into this more enclosed space, it's you see more and more candles just dotted around you. It seems like it was probably this seems like it's a place that has been just carved out to become sort of maze-like, and just if anyone had made their way down here, maybe just deter them enough to just go back upstairs. As it's probably not worth it to be down here. But as you go into this smaller alcove of a room, you see that the hallway that was 15 feet wide now scrunches down to 5 foot wide ahead of you for about 20 feet.
We're going walk, keeping an eye out for traps.
I keep my eyes out for traps.
What was your check from before?
7.
All right, and with this, you see at the end of this hallway, something isn't quite right about the tile you're about to step on.
Can I avoid stepping on that tile?
You can hop over it if you'd like.
I hop over it and I say, "Hey guys, watch out for this tile."
Oh. Thank you. And
All right.
I'm gonna hop over said tile as well.
Go ahead and give me athletic checks.
Athletics?
Oh boy.
Oh no. Timber's not good at that one.
Because it's just an awkward enough sort of length. It
Can I
would
do
be.
acrobatics instead?
15.
All right, 15's enough. You jump over it with your long legs and reach the other side just easily enough. Timbrel, explain to how you would.
I'm not athletic. I'm acrobatic.
He would like to parkour off the wall.
Yeah.
It's a very tight hallway.
Let's see what my athletics give me. So with my -1, I rolled a 7.
All right, so you start to hop over. Tavis, I'm assuming you're behind Timbrel.
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Awesome. Hey, Timbrel, as you see Nyx just jauntily hop over this tile, you're like, okay, cool, and you miss distance, just how far you have to jump, and you land right on the edge of the tile. Can you make a dexterity saving throw for me?
Okay, I can do that one. You're going to dice jail. Rolled an 8.
The saving throw?
Yep. Actually, I'm going to spend a focus point to give myself advantage on it.
Go for it.
Oh, I'm sorry. My first roll would have been 9. The second one's 14.
Okay. You feel just as 14 is just enough, honestly. As you feel the tile underneath you and rumble, and it crackles and drops through the floor. You were able to hop off in just enough time that you catch yourself as you were leaning back with your back foot that was just on it, and you bring yourself forward, engaging those abs, as the keeping fit trainers would like to say, and making your way off of that tile and onto the next one right behind Nyx. And you turn around and you look and you see several spikes jutting up from this cavernous point in the floor that you would have landed on if you had not made it.
That's pleasant.
Oh, yeah. Dodged a bullet there.
All right. Now, Tavis, can you make a athletics check for me?
Can. Oh, wait.
The second one? Yeah, he rolled a 14.
Yeah, I
he
rolled a
rolled a
14. I was like,
Yeah, 14 is just enough with you seeing where this is happening. And you deftly hop over the hole. And right after you see Tomb has looked at all of you hop over, and then nods a little bit and kind of takes a couple steps back. Redka saying, oh. And he forward and jumps over this hole and lands on the other side with a large that kind of reverberates around the cavern. And Redguest definitely cat leaping over the hole after him.
Wow. I was like, oh, well, there's another trap done.
huh.
Is everyone all
Let's hope
right?
the others aren't as worst.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, good.
We continue on. Keep a lookout for traps.
Yeah.
You guys continue on, and the path seems to widen out from 15 to 20 and then narrows back down to 15 foot as you go around this turning portion of the hallway that curls around, and you guys continue down this 15-foot wide pathway for about 100 or so feet. And as you guys are walking along, Nyx, you don't see any traps at the moment. You know, you're looking up and down and all around. All of your heightened awareness as you're walking along, all of your shoes going along the stone carved out ground. Every so often there's a shred of fabric that's on the ground that looks like it might have been someone else's.
Do any of them look like a certain tiefling I know?
You pick it up, and it looks like sort of a white, mistreated rag on the ground. That would have been someone's clothing for someone who is not very wealthy.
Okay.
So it definitely does not look like Ekman's clothing.
Oh, good.
Come around the corner again, curving along. So you guys have been down here for a little bit, and you can't hear the music from upstairs. All sound seems to be quiet, and the cave seems to have a sort of soft whooshing sound, as air must be coming in from somewhere underground. And you curve around, and we're gonna say, Nyx, do you want to continue looking for traps?
Yes.
Give me one more investigation.
Can I help?
Sure.
Okay. Wait. He's helping, so I advantage?
Get advantage, boy.
Yes. 2 rolls.
18.
Hey-o!
Very nice.
The second roll was worse than the first.
I about fell into a punji pit. We had a flamethrower. What else could be down here? Who knows?
Huh. Indeed.
While we're looking for traps, I'm gonna lean over to Nyx. Nyx, you said you used to live it like this. Did you have one of these down in your basement?
Who's to say?
Fair enough.
And after he says that, Nyx puts his hand up to his chin, I think face, and is has a look of concentration on his face, like he's thinking really hard.
It's do I?
He has no clue if he actually had one or not.
I love it.
All right. You once again, as you come around the corner, you see another tile that looks suspicious. But this one, instead of being off kilter like the other one was, like someone hadn't put back a lid on right, this one looks like it's slightly above the other ones in the middle of the hallway.
I avoid that one and put it out to my people. I walk over this way.
Walk around
Avoid
it.
it.
Ta-da! We did it, guys.
All of you avoid it. And you guys, as you are going along, right after that avoided trap, you see a set of double doors that seem to have been broken down the middle and are just kind of hanging off the hinge. Or you can continue down the path you were going.
I want to peek in there and see what's in there.
All right, you start to move the door, and it just falls in and lands with a crash, the echo reverberating around the cavern. And you peek your head in, and you see, as you peek your way in and walk more into this cavernous space, you see 3 skeletons, all in not various states of decay. They're more in the later part of decay. where they have stopped smelling. And 2 of them are larger. You probably would maybe guess a male and a female with your medical history, dressed in raggedy, torn clothing, and 1 smaller figure, also dressed in raggedy, torn clothing. And the 2 larger ones are curled around the smaller one protectively.
I'm gonna just kind of whisper, Ekman! Ekman!
The whisper reverberates around the corridor. Make a perception check.
Come on, come on. It's 14.
Is 14?
Yeah. My passive is 15, if that changes anything.
No.
Duh.
You hear off in the distance something was kicked over, but way off in the distance.
Like in that room?
Not in this room.
How far down does this room go?
You are now at when you see the skeletons, you are at the end of the room.
Okay. I'm gonna go back and meet up with the party over here. Actually, from here, so I heard like the thing drop from over in this direction.
Which direction?
Like out the door type of thing.
You heard something in the direction that your group seems to be going.
Okay, cool.
Let's keep going and searching for traps.
Let's do it.
As you are walking along, the tunnel seems to widen even more so. Now about 30 foot across. With parts of the walls, it seems that the stone might have been harder to get to. So parts of it abandoned to carve even further into. So the smoother portions of the wall are now jaggedy and kind of jutting out. And as you walk past them, you see chained to the wall in some spaces skeletons of several different states of decay. Some of them seem to have been new. Some of them seem to have been very old. Virgil kind of like speaks up.
I forgot he was here. Oh,
Yeah.
shoot. Oh, no.
Virgil's looking around. This is
What's gonna happen to you if you don't keep your mouth shut?
what?
Don't listen to him. Let's just keep going.
And Virgil nods and gets a little closer to you, Tavis, as you guys are going. You guys continue along. At the end of this hallway, it once again curves. And at the curve, you see a massive amount of candles. And as you go along at the curve, you once again see another faintly illuminated wire.
Is this one at foot level again?
Yes.
Okay, I point it out again.
I step over it again.
I step over before he does.
Oh, dang it. Tavis, you coming?
Well, before you do that, it seems that before you put your foot over, you notice that another tile is once again raised right after this tripwire.
Oh,
So back up.
so before I step over the wire, I would like to see what the wire is connected.
Okay, you would have seen that. That's why I'm not saying anything would have happened. You look over at the wire, and it seems to be, instead of connected to a cylindrical metal tube, it is connected just into the wall. not connected really to anything. It seems maybe designed to make you trip and fall into the tiles that are right after it.
Okay, is there any way to get over the tripwire and the tiles without stepping on one?
This one would be another athletics check, but Nyx, you still have fly cast on yourself.
Oh yeah.
So you're fine.
I just start floating and say, hey, if somebody has the flying carpet, just fly over us.
We don't have that anymore. Could we, theoretically, so these look like buttons? Like big old buttons on the ground?
They're not, they're, if you were just like looking at any other tile, they would look like any other tile. But as they are pointed out to you, they look slightly raised.
Right. But like if you stepped on it, it would trigger something, not that it would fall out.
You could probably guess it would sink down and maybe trigger something.
Not with like the punji pit of spikes underneath it. Not that kind of weird.
You don't know.
Okay. Well, the reason I was asking you, it sounded like they looked they looked completely different the way they were set up. Like one was like
they
the
look different, but you don't know if that means anything.
Okay. Well, I'm going to. So I don't know. I guess we just jump over it. At least I'm going to attempt to again.
Give me athletics checks, or maybe acrobatics if you want to throw in a couple fun things.
Sure. Let's throw in a couple fun things.
I will continue floating over the things.
Nice. What are your fun things, Peter?
We're gonna do we're gonna like leap over, and this time we're gonna try to do like almost like one of those parkour jumps where they leap forward and then roll into it type of thing.
If you don't yell parkour when you land, then it doesn't.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and give me acrobatics.
Thank you. Hey, oh, that's way better. That's way better. 2 plus 18, 20.
Yeah, you sort of like back up and run, do like a Superman hero jump where you like splay yourself up above the wire, and then you tuck yourself and then land right like after the tile and roll back up to your feet.
I'm gonna stand there and like, if anything happens, try to pull somebody over type of thing.
I got a 19 for athletics.
Yeah. You.
Or no, acrobatics, I mean.
Okay. You, what are your acrobatics?
I'm going to, kind of sprint at the wire, stop, and then do a flip right over it, and then walk over to the others.
Okay. You run forward, then you stop, and then that momentum carries you forward, and you curl yourself from the training at the Fey Order, the militaristic training that they put you through every morning, of evading traps. This was one of the riskier maneuvers that you learned, which you just now pulled off. So it makes you feel a little good as you roll in midair and kind of like do like a little walking motion over both traps. And Tube looks over at Virgil and picks him up and kind of tosses him over. And Virgil lands on his feet, but kind of like, Redgus hops over like a cat.
I'm going to cancel fly on myself. Cast on
On who?
Tomb.
Ah, good, because he failed.
I figured he probably would, considering it was more than 2 feet that he had to go.
Yes. With his roll of 3, it did not beat the DC of 14.
Ah, good. Good.
So as he was about to like run forward and do another big jump and humongous land, he starts to jump and then starts to float. And right as his foot actually trails the trigger of the wire, but since it's just a wire, it just kind of goes like ding 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 ding. And he goes across the tiles and floats on the other side. You successfully made it past the one of the other traps.
All right, let's keep going.
Let's go.
You continue along past this trap towards another curve where it opens up even further into a larger portion where it curves around, and now you see sort of burnt sticks where you can see where at one point they tried to just have torches that just seem to go out. And this corner of this cavernous room is just filled with candles as you go. And several skeletons are near these candles, and some of them are on the wall, and the remains have dripping wax all over them, like they were just placed underneath these candles. And as you continue along, this cavern continues and goes back down, shrinks back down. You still don't see any more traps at this point as
Okay.
you are walking along.
I keep my eyes on the lookout for traps as I'm.
That'll help them.
Very nice. And as you curve around, you see there is a hallway that is continue going forward, or you look over off to your guys' left where you see another room that is dimly lit start to open up. Yeah.
Like right here. Sure, let's go in.
Hey, yeah, what's in this room?
What's over here?
Probably death. Stay
There's
around this-
skeletons.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Bah! What is this?
As you open up, you can see this room is filled with their 4 stone, like red granite stone columns around the outer edges of the room. Burnt wooden torches littered throughout the cavern, barrels of wine on the other side near one of the marble columns, and a door off to the next bit of that. And even further in, you see even more candles. And in the center of this room, before the door, in the middle of all 4 of the columns, seems to be another ladder hanging in suspension with like a wooden sort of bridge, like it connected down to, and wooden pointy can't remember the names to them. Yeah, barricades. Thank you so much. Barricades centered around towards the outside of anyone who would get close to this ladder, you would assume.
I don't see anything other than that, do I? With my ridiculous vision.
You look around and you see another raised tile right behind here and in front here. Behind the ladder and in front of the ladder, right? Sort of like when people like think they're like lulled into a safety is where they're right at, where they would probably hop on to this ladder. 2 raised tiles peek up.
Okay. I point out this information to my people and go about exploring the rest of.
It's behind this door.
Well, what's down here?
Okay. So all of you
No one's going to the weird door sitting over here with Timbrel? Okay.
You see another sort of cavernous place, just carved out over here, and another hallway that would lead towards your character's right, going down in a certain direction behind a wall. And as you continue and follow this specific direction, you follow this hallway around and find yourself into a large, long hallway that leads up and to the beginning of the room you just came from.
Oh, well, in that case, I go to the door.
I was here first.
Timbrel, as you open the door and you enter on the inside, you see several skeletons just littering. These are fresh. They're new. Several elven individuals and 2 half-orcs. And as you look around this room and you're starting to investigate this room, everyone else can start to enter in behind you. And you look over to the side and you see a familiar basket with a leather strap that would go across the owner's body, empty, tilted and landed off to the side.
Is it Ekman's bag?
It is Ekman's sword basket.
Well, he's not in here. I'm gonna grab it. Throw it over my shoulder. But when we find him, he's gonna want this.
Okay, who wants to see what's up the ladder?
Up? I thought it goes down.
It goes down, sorry. Did I say up?
No.
Oh,
Should we-
okay. Apologies if I did. I meant it went down further.
I go down the ladder.
Should we try to
right.
disable the traps first before we go down, so that way when we come up, we can leave pretty safely?
Yep, and I step on a trap.
Oh gosh, that's not what I meant. I was making you the There's littering the room.
Oh, it's great. You see, the ladder was held on by 2 metallic hooks into the top of this wooden fixture over this hole. And as you step on this tile, the metal hooks open and the ladder drops.
Can I reach out and grab the ladder to stop it from falling?
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Can I try to help too?
Okay, let me see.
What did you want to do, Tavis?
I'll wait till this.
Okay.
Okay, that is a 23.
Yeah, you reach out and catch the hoops of this ladder right before it gets out of your range of grasp.
So now we know what it does.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna give me a heart attack. Okay. Tomb has the other bag of holding.
Screech!
Can we pull some rope out of it and tie it like absurdly tight to make sure it's not going nowhere?
Yeah, you pull out that 50-foot foot length of hempen rope that every D&D adventurer simply has. And go ahead and give me an intelligence check. Tavis, what was the thing that you wanted to do?
Did they catch the ladder?
They just caught the ladder.
Okay.
Is anyone helping me tie it up?
I would help you tie it up.
Oh, I was gonna use telekinesis to catch the ladder, but they already did. So.
But you're saving spell slots.
Yeah.
That's good.
There we go. A nat 20.
You go through sort of your like Boy Scout training. Good old country boy simply has to have.
It's true.
And
It's true. I remember. Me and Taliesin were the only 2 in it, but I remember.
exactly, as like the only 2 kids back in Allo 10. you and Taliesin, well, one of the little amount of children, you you put the rope over the hanging sort of foundation above this hole, and you tie the ladder with the metal hoops through it, and you think you have it tight enough.
I'm going to pull on it and test it. Make sure it's good.
Seems fine for your weight.
All right.
All right. And I go down the ladder.
Tomb still is flying, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Tomb, don't grab onto the ladder just in case.
Tomb nods.
And I follow next down.
With that, all of you descend down to the next level of the Daro Mansion basement.
This is one heck of a basement.
Yeah.
Hey, Tibril, are your parent or is your dad like mass murderer or something? Why the heck does he have a creepy dungeon?
I'm wondering that myself.
Also,
It could
What's
also
up?
be my grandfather.
what's up with the? Oh well, we had to. It took a while to clean up the mishap of the last death.
The what?
The mishap of the last death race. You know, in his speech,
Yeah. I'm not sure.
I
Well-
think that he murdered.
Yeah. Well, I was able to talk to my grandfather, and he gave me because we were going to enter the death race, but he gave us the prize for it. So hopefully, he just told me not to open it on the property. So hopefully, it's what it's supposed to be.
Technically, we're not on the property. You should open it.
I think we still are. With knowing this place, he might even know with how powerful he seems to be, he might even know we're down here. So.
Well,
Huh?
it's time to look for more traps.
Sounds like a plan. Tavish, you see anything?
I'm trying to. Oh, there's the square. Okay. Not much. I guess we'll have to walk around a little.
Alrighty.
You guys descend further
Into madness.
into madness. This not as many candles are down in this section of cavern. But you see your light is illuminating in a very dim portion. But past that, it's just kind of utter blackness. And you hear off in the distance a sort of like pulsing sound. And as you guys get down this ladder, and Tube floats down and Virgil pops off the ladder, you hear a familiar voice off to your right. Tibril?
Ekman?
And you whip pan over, look, and you see Ekman chained up to the wall.
Does it look safe to run to him?
Go ahead and give me a investigation check.
13.
Yeah, it looks safe.
I'm going to book it over to him.
You can kind of see like tears form on each side of his eyes.
I am full on embracing him.
And he's kind of like leaning into it as he cannot hug back at this moment. Oh, I thought you guys would never find me.
As he's saying that, I'm going to grab his face and full on kiss the man.
And he like still for a second, but then he returns it. And as you guys finish that, he smiles. So it only took Me almost dying.
Now, as he's talking, I'm going to slap him. What the hell do you think you're doing?
Ow!
As they're doing that, is he chained up with like a chain, like a link chain?
It seems to be two solid steel plates into the cavernous wall with chains leading down with his arms like up, like typical sort of prisoner style.
I'm going to, on one of the links of the arm of the chains that are connecting to the wall, like 2 or 3 up from the wrist, I'm going to cast enlarge reduce, and cast reduce on that.
Reduce on which part again?
On one of the chains of the chain link.
Why don't you just enlarge the part that's going around his wrist?
You're right. I'm gonna cast enlarge on the part that's around his wrist.
Okay, the chain starts to shrink, and then you change your mind and change the portion of the spell, and then the chain that was shrinking goes back to normal size, and the chain around that was holding fast against both of Ekman's wrist, and his wrists fall out. You can see the bruising around both wrists as he kind of like grabs them and circulates blood.
And then I walk away.
He's like, oh, well, thanks. Ow.
I'm going to go and full on hug him again. Don't ever do anything like that again.
He reciprocates, giving you a tight hug, but you can kind of tell he's a little weak.
Well, it's time to leave, so I start climbing.
And as you look up, Nyx, looking up the ladder, you make eye contact with Reginald.
Oh, hey! How's it going, Reg?
And Reginald, for all those who don't remember, he is a vastly older man with a militaristic, stern face. Sort of think of like the guy from Frozen, that like the old guy that was dancing with Anna a lot. He looks a lot like that, but a little bit more swole. And he leans over. Nyx?
Yo.
Why did you have to be here right now?
Good question. I don't really know why I'm here.
This is a shame. And he holds up a short sword and cuts the ropes holding the ladder. And the ladder falls down the hole.
Well, that's not very nice.
Never wanted this to happen like this, Nyx. And you see him grow, and his muscles swell even more, and he turns. I'm sorry. I'll tell your parents that you died valiantly, and covers the hole with a large stone.
Well, good for me. I can cast enlarge reduce 2 more times. I'm going to reduce the size of the stone.
All right.
Wait, do you want to wait until... This is Peter talking. Do you want to wait until after he might leave so he doesn't put another one?
No.
Okay. Just making sure.
Okay.
As this is
What
all
level
happening...
is enlarge reduce?
It is a level 2 spell.
You know for a fact that you released the spell, but the stone stays.
Huh. He really did get stronger when he was here. Well, feels bad, man.
As this is all happening, while I'm hugging Ekman, if anybody looks over, you just see like pulsing of glow, and I'm going to heal him for like 25 hit points.
Cool. See, he sits up a little bit more after doom, doom, doom. The gray energy pulses around him, and he's like, oh, thank you. Tibril, your dad isn't in his right mind.
You think I care about that right now? You gotta be
I
worried
care
sick.
because you did.
I care about you more right now.
Thank you for that, but it's not of his own volition he's not himself.
He's been here this long. We can come back and get him later. I was able to make some kind of link with them, and I could tell if there was something wrong.
Will your mother be around for that long?
They gave me one of their the golden snapdragons, so all we gotta do is get out of here.
They gave you the answer to your years-long riddle?
I'm hoping that I'm right, that I'm wanting to think the best of it, but that there's a good chance that this is the best, the closest we've gotten to it. And it could just be that they want me out of their hair.
Tibble, I don't think you know them that well.
I don't.
They're controlling. They want everything exactly how they want it to go. And if they don't get it that way, they will fix it, no matter what.
I can imagine.
I don't think they gave you what you think they gave you.
Well, let's not worry about that now. Let's just find a way to get out of here.
You can't go there's something over there. Tavis, can you roll a perception check for me?
I can.
Oh no.
Ooh, that's a big number. Will it get bigger? Ooh, it just might. Wait, okay. Oh yeah, 20, unnatural.
You look over, peeking around the corner, and you see the bulbous form flying above a large hole that isn't filled with normal darkness, but starry night sky. Above that, floating above that, a large bulbous purple form with arms floating about his head, a large singular eyeball in the center of its massive body, and a large mouth filled with jagged, sharpened teeth. This, my friend, is a beholder.
Ah. Well, I see our problem.
And that's where we're going to end tonight.
But I see a problem. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready, folks. You're about to see Tavis not only fuck up the party upstairs, but also down here.
I'm gonna.
Did somebody say cough, cough, fireball?
Cough, cough, twin fireball.
And that was this episode of Audio Adventures. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and most of all, please share to get out the word so we can share our story with you and keep doing what we're doing. If you have an idea for an NPC, a shop, or even an encounter, please comment down below. You might be seeing any of those in the next session or maybe even the upcoming sessions. Again, thank you so much for being here, and we will see you next week. Please stay safe, everyone, and wear those seatbelts.